Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Stedman. Today I'll be teaching you how to crochet fillet this flowers motif. This will be for a blouse and this go around the circumference of my chest. And I will show you how to do one flower, and from there you can do more repetition until you have the length that you need for your body. For my blouse is 8 repetitions, so 8 flowers, and I use around 1.5 ball of yarn, the one I'm gonna use to make this blouse. To do this summer blouse, I'm gonna use these crochet thread. I bought them on eBay from China. So they are 50 grams each, and they are a blend of bamboo and cotton. It's like a fine one, and the color is white. They are like a few strands or threads attached together. They don't have a twist, so it get a little bit difficult sometimes to work because they split, but I bought a lot of them, so I have to use them. If you don't have this type of thread, you can use front loops and thread will like simile line. They are 100% 100 grams, 620 meters, 85% acrylic, 15% nylon. You can use this type, or you can use 100% mercerized cotton, fine one. The crochet hook is 2.5 millimeter. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors. Something that I wanted to show you is, if by any reason you want to slow down my videos, you can go here in the setting in the video and you'll see a speed. You click on the speed, and to the top will be slow, and to the lowest it will be faster. You can do this with all my videos or any video in YouTube. We're gonna start with these fillets flowers, and this will go across your chest, your back, all the way around to do the circumference. After that we'll work the lower part of the blouse and then the straps, or vice versa. Each little square of this is not just one chain. The first one will be 4 chain, and after that the rest is multiple of 3. I'm gonna take a picture of this graph and I will put it on my Facebook page, and on my Instagram you can go and get it there. So each flower motif will be done in 16 rows. So I will start around here, and then until this last row stitch here, it will be the 16, and then I will start all over again, 1 2 3, and finish in here, and so on. It's the same repetition of one. You'll continue over and over until you have the circumference of your chest. So it's very easy, and let's start making this fillet. So this was the first one that I did, the graph. That way I can figure out how many chains I will need to create this design. We're gonna work sideways, so I'm gonna start with a slip knot and a chain of 49 plus 3. So I will do 49, and I will meet you here to show you how you're gonna work the last the chain 3 and do the first double crochet. Before I continue with my chain, I just wanted to mention, when you do the 49 chain, you're going to measure that chain in the wider part of your chest, you know, like going from the top under your bosom. And then if you need to add more chains, you will add 3 at a time. But remember, you have to keep this balance in the middle, so you'll have to add 6. 3 in this side and 3 in this, to create one more empty square on each side of the flower. So for example, here where I have the X, that will be a full square, and the empty squares here, it will be empty square in the blouse. So what you do, for example, here I have 7, and in number 8 I will do the full square. So what you do, you will have 8, and number 9 you do a square, the full square, and then you'll have 8 in the other side. Now if you want a little bit even bigger, you add 12, so you'll have 2 empty square in this side extra and 2 empty square in this side extra. Okay, because in here I only have 1 and 1, so if you add 2 more, you will have 3 and 3 in the other side, and the flower will be centered in the middle. Okay, I just wanted to explain you that, just in case you needed to do the piece a little bit wider. Now for a smaller, it's nothing I can do, because if you remove empty square, you don't gonna have a full flower. The only thing I recommend is to use a 2mm crochet hook. That way it'll be even smaller. Here I have my 49 chains. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna place your nail or your finger two chains below. So you're gonna have in front of your nail 2 chains. Now we're gonna chain 3, and that chain 3 counts as the first double crochet. So we'll be on top at the first chain here and outside my nail, and then the first double crochet that you're gonna do gonna be at the second chain here, attached to my, almost touching my nail. Okay, so that way you have the right amount of double crochet. So you're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and that counts as the first double crochet, and that's in top of the first chain here that I left outside my finger. Now you're gonna do a yarn over, and you go to the chain just in front here, and that will be the 5th chain. You do your double crochet. Okay, so now you're gonna do 2 more double crochet in the next 2 chain space for a total of 4, because we are doing a little border in the under part of the blouse. That way it will be easier to work the lower part of the blouse later. Okay, so now you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, yarn over. You're going to count 1 and 2 chain, and you're going to go to the 3rd one, and you're going to do a double crochet, and that's what you're going to do all the way till the end of this row. Chain 2, 1 and 2, yarn over, 1, 2, and in the 3rd one you're gonna do a double crochet, and like that is how it starts to look. I will show you one more time. You're gonna chain 2, yarn over, you're gonna count 1, 2, and in the 3rd one you're gonna do a double crochet, 1, 2, yarn over, 1, 2, and in the 3rd one a double crochet, and start to look like that. So this is the full square, the empty square, and the full square in here. So your piece will look like this. You'll have 1 full square and 15 empty squares. So you're going to chain 3, and this is how always you're going to turn around, and from this empty square down, and always you're going to start with, and this side with 4 double crochet. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, plus 2 to separate this double crochet to the next one, so it will be 5. So in this side you always start with 5, you turn your work around, yarn over, and you're going to do a double crochet on top of this double crochet. 1 and 2 chains and a double crochet on top of the next double crochet. And you're going to repeat this one more time, okay? This row. You chain 2, and you go to the next double crochet, and you do a double crochet. So you're going to continue like this, doing the little empty square until you get to this double crochet, and then you do 3 more double crochet, chain 3, you're going to do 3 more double crochet for a total of 4 with a chain 3, and then you do the empty square all the way to here to the end. So you will have 3 squares, rows. So it'll be like this. Now you're gonna do the same. Just wanted to show you one more time. 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna turn your work around, and you're gonna do 3 more double crochet, one on top of each other. This border always still stay the same. You're gonna chain 2, 1 and 2, and you're gonna do the empty squares all the way until the end. Okay, so it will look like this. Now we're gonna work in this row, and it's from this side down, and we're gonna have the center square fold, so it will be like this. Okay, now we're gonna chain 5, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and always from this side you're gonna start with 5, and a double crochet and a double crochet, and chain 2, 1 and 2, and you're gonna go and a double crochet and top of the next double crochet, and like that you're gonna make 7 of these empty square. So like that you'll have your 7, but remember, if you increase the amount of chain, you have to increase the amount of empty square on each side of this empty one. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now in this we're gonna do a full square, so you're gonna do a double crochet and top of those 2 chains and the center, and a double crochet in here, and like that you have a full square. So that's why only the first square the stitch is multiple 4 or 4 chains, the rest is 3 because you're already carrying this from the square before, and you only have to do 3 more. Now you're going to chain 2, and you're going to continue working like you're supposed to, all those empty square and a fold and the last one, and that's the first row of the flower. I chain 3, I'm going to turn my work around, and I'm going to do this full square, now you're going to do 6 empty square and 3 full ones. So you're going to finish in here, and these 3 will be full squares. Okay, so do those 6, and I will meet you here. I finished my 6 empty square. Now we're going to do these 3 full squares. Something else that you can do is, if you don't want to be all this empty square, what you can do all the space here where it's empty, you can do full squares, and where you have the flower you can do them empty squares, so you will have like this part only here, the one that is open, and instead of all these open squares. Yeah, you can do them couple of blouse both way, and they will look a little bit different. So you're gonna do a double crochet and top of each chain space in here, a double crochet in this double crochet, a double crochet and top of the next 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Now you're gonna do a double crochet and top of next 2 chain space, so that's 1 and 2, and a double crochet and this double crochet. Now you're going to chain 2 and do the empty squares again, and you'll have 6 empty squares. Now we're going to work on this one. We're going to do 3 empty square, 2 full square, 1 empty square, 3 full square, 1 empty square, 2 full square, and 3 empty squares. You're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to turn your work around, and you're going to do a double crochet, and top of the double crochet you have the first one, chain 2, 1 and 2, the second, 1 and 2, and you have the third empty square. Now you're going to have 2 full squares, so you're going to do a double crochet in top of each chain space here. That will be 2 double crochet. That's 1 and 2. A double crochet on top of this double crochet. That's 1 full square. And now we're going to do the next one. So it's 2 double crochet in the chain 2 space, 1 and 2. 1 and the top of that one, 1 empty square, 1 and 2. You do a double crochet on top of this one, and it'll be like this. Now you're gonna do these 3 full square. You have 3 here, so you will do 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet enter here. You do an empty square, 2 full one, 3 empty, and the last full one. Now we have to work row 7, and the first one will be a full square. This border square, I don't really count them. I count from the empty to the empty ones here. That is easy because it's just for the flower. So you're going to do 3 empty square, 3 full, 1 empty, 1 full, 1 empty, 3 full, 3 empty squares. So do the border square, and then we'll start doing the rest. Now we're going to do 3 empty squares. So that's 1. You really have to have patience. to work with this thread. And that's 3 empty. Now we're going to do 3 full ones. So it will be a double crochet and top of each double crochet. That will be 2 full square and then 1 more. So that's this here is the first one. And that's the second. Again, I'm going to do a full one for 3, so it'll be 2 double crochet, 1 on top of each chain, and 1 double crochet and this double crochet, and you have 3 full square. Now you need to do an empty square, so you're going to chain 2, you're going to count 1 2 double crochet, and in the third one you're going to do a double crochet, and you have your empty square. Now you're going to do a full one, so you're going to do 3 double crochet, 1 2 and 3, an empty one, so you're going to chain 2, and you're going to come here and top of the double crochet, you're going to do a double crochet, and now you're going to do 3 full ones. That will be 2 double crochet here and 1 double crochet on top of each of this double crochet and 3 empty square. Let's start to look like this. Ahora para la vuelta 8 van a ser 4 cuadrados vacíos, 7 cuadrados llenos, 4 vacíos y al último de borde lleno. Entonces hagan esos 4 vacíos y nos vemos aquí. El cuarto viene siendo, tenemos 3, tienen que hacer el punto alto aquí, cuentan 1 2 y en la tercera cadena hacen su punto alto. So it's like this right now. So you're gonna work 7 full square, so it will bring you all the way until here to this double crochet, because this in here it will be an empty square of 4. Okay, so you have to make sure that you leave in here 1 2 3 double crochet, because you have to chain 2 and do a double crochet in the third one here. Okay, the rest are 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet, and then the chain space here will be 2 double crochet and 2 double crochet. Now for row 9 you have to do 2 empty square, 2 fold square, 1 empty, 2 fold, 1 empty, 2 fold, 1 empty, 2 fold, and 2 empties. So go ahead and do the 2 empties, and then I will show you how to work the full squares and the empty ones in here. So now I'm going to do 2 full square. So will be 2 double crochet in these 2 chain space, 1 double crochet on top of this double crochet. Now 2 more double crochet, 1 on each chain space, and 1 on top of this one. Now we have to do 1 empty square, so you're going to chain 2, yarn over, and you're going to count 1, 2, and then the third one you're going to do a double crochet. And if you look in here, this is straight from this one here. Now you're going to do 2 full, so you're going to do 1, 2, and 3. That's 1, 1, 2, and 3. That is 2. Now we have to do an empty again, so you're going to chain 2, yarn over, you're going to count 1, 2, and in the third one you're going to do a double crochet. Now you have to do 2 full, so you're going to do 3 double crochet for 1, 1, 2, and 3. That's 1 full square, and the next one, 1, 2, and 3. Now you have to do 1 empty square, 1, 2 chain, you can top of this double crochet, that's an empty one, and now you have to do 2 full, so it will be 2 double crochet in this chain 2 space, 1 in here, 2 double crochet in this chain 2 space, and 1 here, and then 2 empty square. And like that you're gonna finish that row, and we already finished with these petals. We are working in the ones in the side. Now for row 10 you're gonna do 1 empty square, 5 full square, 3 empty square, 5 full square, and 1 empty square plus the border. So you are half done your flower. That row was smack in the middle of the flower. Now we're gonna do the mirror image of what we done so far from this row until this one. So now in the next row 11 is 2 empty square to fold 1 empty to fold 1 empty to fold 1 empty to fold 2 empties plus the border. Okay, now we're gonna do 2 empty squares. So that's the first one. Chain 2, you're gonna count 1 2 and the third one, and it's that's it. That's the repetitions that you have to do to create the flower. Those always you will have a chain 2 in the top and 2 double crochet in the bottom, plus that one is always 3. You count 2 chain plus the double crochet is 3, and the bottom you have to do a fold is 3 double crochet. So it's exactly the same. So now you have to do 2 fold square. So that's 1 2 and 3 is 1 square, 1 2 and 3 is 2. Now you have to do an empty one, so you're going to chain 2, yarn over, you're going to count 1 2, and the third double crochet you're going to do a double crochet. Now you have to do 2 more fold square, so it will be these 3 plus in here. Once you know how to work the crochet fillet, it's very easy to follow the patterns. So 1 2 and 3, that's the second. Now we have to do an empty square. You're going to chain 2 and empty square. Now you have to repeat what you did before this empty square. From here there you have to do in this side. So it will be 2 fold squares, so you'll do 1 in here and another one in this 3, 1 empty, 2 fold in here, and the last 2 empty. Okay, so right now in row 12 you have to do 4 empty square, 7 fold square, and 4 empty square and the border. So your 4 empty square will be until this double crochet here. From that double crochet until this one here is 7 fold square, and then from here to here 4 empty and then the border. Okay. So I already did my border, so now you have to do in row 13 3 empty square, 3 fold square, 1 empty, 1 fold, 1 empty, 3 fold, 1, 3 empties. So these 3 you're gonna do empty square, and then you're gonna do 3 fold square. That will be 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna do 1 empty, 1 fold, 1 empty, 3 fold, and 3 empty at the end. Now in 14 is 3 empty square, 2 fold square, 1 empty, 3 fold, 1 empty, 2 fold, 3 empty. Now for row 15, you're gonna do the border, and then you're gonna do 6 empty square. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 until this one. You're gonna do this 3 fold again, 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet, and the rest will be 6 empty square. After that, we'll do one more row, 16, and we're done the first repetition of our flower. Ahora vamos a trabajar en la última vuelta y vamos a hacer 7 puntos abiertos, 1 cerrado, 7 abiertos y... Well, this is a repetition that you're gonna do over and over, this 16 row, until you have the circumference around your chest, under the arm, the back, under the other arm, and you meet in the front, that you can sew them, those two ends together. So I'm gonna finish this video here. I'm gonna continue working in this piece, and next Wednesday I will meet you here to continue with the rest of the blouse, because even if I do the rest of this right now, well, the video will be too long. You still have to take your time to do this top part. With it you can make many things, not just this blouse. The stitches that we're gonna do for the lower part of the blouse is gonna be multiple of 20. I hope you like it, and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make anything with a stitch and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Esteban Crochet, or my Instagram, Ruby Esteban Crochet. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here and YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye. And I will see you here next Wednesday with the second part of the blouse.